Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you as always by Lay of the Land, hosted by me, Rolene Marks. And before we head off to the end of Chag and another weekend, let's take a look at what is making headlines in Israel. And we begin with news that 5 IDF border guards have been injured, 2 of them seriously during a counter-terror operation in Tulkarem earlier today. Tulkarem is a Palestinian village situated in what is known as the West Bank. The objective of this counter-terror operation was to arrest a suspect that has been tied to several terror attacks. Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu and President Isaac Herzog sent the injured their well wishes and hoped for a speedy recovery. Has the head of Shin Bet managed to persuade National Security Minister Itamar Ben Gvir not to ascend the Temple Mount? It is believed that Ronen Bar, the head of the Shin Bet, this is Israel's internal security forces, have persuaded Itamar Ben Gvir, the very polarizing National Security Minister, not to ascend the Temple Mount. Now, during this festival of Sukkot, nearly 4,000 Jews have ascended the Temple Mount, and it is allowed, although non-Muslims are not allowed to overtly pray. They have to go up at certain times and stick to certain areas, and more often than not, the agreement is that Israeli ministers don't ascend the Temple Mount so that we have what we call the status quo. Some of the visits by Ben Gvir to the Temple Mount have been seen as inflammatory. Now, the aim of convincing him to delay his visit is because of security concerns. Palestinian terror groups have threatened reprisals for what they see as the Zionist entity, as they call it, ascending the Temple Mount. Earlier this week, we had rockets fired by Palestinian Islamic Jihad towards the Mediterranean Sea as a warning, and a group calling themselves Rebel Youth based in the Gaza Strip have also threatened riots and other kinds of reprisals. The only synagogue in the Armenian capital of Yerevan was vandalized on Monday night with spray paint and attacked with a Molotov cocktail. A group with ties to the PLO claimed responsibility for that, saying that Jews are the enemy of Armenia and the Jewish state is responsible for weaponizing or supporting the Aliyev regime. Aliyev is the leader of Azerbaijan, a key ally of the State of Israel. Now, it must be mentioned that ties between Israel and Armenia are also exceptionally strong. Jewish leaders in Armenia have cautioned against allowing anti-Semitism, which has never really been present in Armenia, to create divisions and create senseless hatred between Armenians and their Jewish community. Meanwhile, the Associated Press have reported that it is believed that the Azerbaijanis have been using Israeli-bought weapons in the recapture of the key province of Nagorno and Karabakh. And finally, he rocked Tel Aviv last night. Bruno Mars played to a sold-out audience of 70,000 in Tel Aviv last night, and the reviews are amazing. The pop star rocked the city with tunes like Uptown Funk, Grenade, and others. He also spoke to the audience in Hebrew. He threatened to marry Tel Aviv. Well, stand in line, Bruno, because others want to marry Tel Aviv as well, okay? He sang Shlomit Bona Sukkah. Shlomit builds a sukkah, and told the crowd that he loved them. Well, Bruno, we love you too. We can't wait to see you again, because you have also promised to return back here to the Holy Land. And if we didn't love him enough, he also asked that any leftover food and drinks from his concerts be given to homeless Israelis. What a mensch. We love ourselves some Bruno Mars. So that brings me to the end of today's headlines. Don't forget to check out our website at www.layoftheland.online. Our Facebook community is growing at Lottel's site. We would love you to be a part of it. So if you haven't already, please give us a like, a follow, and share our content. We are on Twitter at Lay of the Land 5 or X, whatever you want to call it these days. Who can keep up? I certainly can't. And of course on YouTube. Our channel is at the Israel Brief. If you like our content, click that red subscribe button. Now I want to wish you all a wonderful weekend. It is the end of Sukkot and also the festivals of Shmini Atzeret and Simchat Torah. So I'm going to say it all. I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful weekend. Chag Sukkot Sameach, Chag Simchat Torah Sameach, and I will catch you all on Monday. Take care.